Many of us presume that Liverpool were going for Marc Guehi after we missed out on this Crystal Palace centre-back in the summer. However, Paul Joyce has poured cold water on that fire. Konate seems to be flirting with Real Madrid, and Real Madrid players are flirting with him. Pause. And our gaffer could be in line for a new deal. People, it's the first day of the week, so you know what that means. It's the morning meetup show. Myself, Callum, yourself, the Kopish community. Sit back, relax. Big up to Hooks for the raid. Let's get into it.
Hi, this is Jordan Henderson, and you're watching Team Kopish.
Main free back again, ripping LFC till the end, so go on tell a friend. If they rockin' red, they're a 10 champions, we the best, we come again. Kopish clean up in every region, elevation in every season. Catch up in all the fast match up in real rap and drifty go on tell them this is that, this is that. This is Kopish, this is Kopish. Reppin' Liverpool till the end, champions, we the best, come again. This is that, this is Kopish, this is Kopish. The main free back up in your screen, real ones know this the place to be. This is Kopish.
This is Kopish indeed, people. Do smash that like button if it's the first time you're watching. Subscribe and make sure you comment and share this video as well. Got a shout out to our sponsors, okjersey.com, for the best football shirts money can buy at £15. That's right, £15 for shirts like this and much more. Whether you want Liverpool shirts, another club, or you want international shirts, OK Jersey is the place to go. And if you use the code KOPISH, that is KOPISH, you can get 8% off today. Make sure you hit the link in the description, okjersey.com. People, it's Monday. You know, whenever I do this show, I always like to start off with a bit of shirt association, but I'm going to do that second of all today. I'm actually going to take a page and pay homage to Enz. So you guys know who Enz is. Obviously, I am on Enz's channel. Enz is on here. We do a member show together. If you're not a member, make sure you become a member. I want to ask you guys, how are you guys doing? Because I do think it gets lost sometimes. And as I said, Enz is someone that always puts that into perspective. He's big on mental health. He's always asking how we're doing, whether we're on stream together, off stream. He always makes sure he asks how we're doing. Not just me. I know he does that with others in the community. So I'm going to ask you guys, how are you guys doing this Monday morning? Just leave me a little comment. Good, up, down. You don't have to say you're feeling good if you don't feel good. Just let me know how you guys are feeling. I'm feeling quite good, actually, if I'm going to be honest. Had a decent weekend. Managed to get a little bit of rest. Got a busy week ahead. But, yeah, I'm good on the whole. Can't complain too much. So, yeah, let me know how you guys are feeling in the comment section as well. Tahir says, just working. I hear it, bro. You got to be done now, man. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. I used to complain about work, and then one day it hit me and just like kind of a privilege to be able to work. Like a lot of people aren't in a position where they are able to work. So it's a privilege to work. Obviously, granted, some people aren't happy in their jobs. I've been in that situation in the past, and that's obviously not a nice feeling to be, but it is also good to work as well. Big up yourself, Andre. Big up Beans on Toast. Surviving, but the sun is shining. That question was needed. Big up yourself, Philly Flintstone. Look, we need to talk more, especially men. Guys, we need to speak up more. We need to talk more. If you've got a support network, lean on your friends and family. I know I do that. I try to make myself available, or as available as possible, to do that for others as well. But I've got a fantastic support network, and believe me, just sometimes speaking to people can make the world of a difference. So don't bottle things up, guys, and don't hold things in. Speak your mind and speak to people that you feel you can trust as well. So, people, right, a shirt association time. And I've got an Adidas number here today. Black and gold, one of my favorite Liverpool kits of all time. It's the bad boy here. So, guys, who's the first person you think of when you see this shirt? Beautiful shirt. Absolutely love this shirt. The little red trim, the black, the gold. Iconic full Liverpool badge as well. I know we only do the liver bird with the LFC underneath now, but I love the full Liverpool badge with the "You'll Never Walk Alone" on it, etc. See, I'm seeing a lot of Stevies in the building. I'm seeing a Torres as well. I'm going to throw a name out there. Dirk Kuyt. I think of Dirk Kuyt when I see that shirt. I'm pretty sure Dirk played in that shirt. I'm almost certain he did. But I remember Dirk Kuyt in that shirt. Lucas Leiva's a shout. Tony Steele, Melissa saying Torres. Do you know what? Pimping the stress, you're right. Grooming. I need to make sure I'm properly. Me and Jed Spence aren't brothers. I got a lot of love for Jed Spence. I wish he was a Liverpool player. Rate that kid highly. But look at me now. I'm not even just using the brush anymore. I'm using the comb now, guys, because the length is getting there. Mascherano's a shout from Philly Flintstone. Mazzo. That Torres header against Man United, it's like he was just flying in the air. It's like time stopped. Beautiful run and cross. Beautiful run by Gerrard. A cross by Dirk Kuyt. First time header. That header was special, man. Van der Sar had no chance. Come on. Big up my guy, Halftime Hooks. Guys, subscribe to Hooks' channel. Every week, me and Hooks do a show on his channel. So there's no excuse for you not to be subscribed to his channel. I repeat, me and Hooks do a show on his channel once a week, and he will be doing some stuff over here. Hooks, don't know if you heard at the beginning, bro. Bless you for the raid, much appreciated. Wow, beef over breakfast, Hooks. Beef over breakfast. If Isak doesn't get a hat-trick against Burnley, is it a failure? If Gyökeres doesn't get a hat-trick in his next game, is it a failure, Hooks? That's the question I'm asking you. We don't even think he's going to play the next game. Wow, Hooks on beef over breakfast, Hooks. Wow. Andre, what day is the show? So we were doing on a Tuesday. It's probably going to be a Tuesday. What would you know? It's Hooks' show, obviously. It's on Hooks' channel. I think this week's going to be on the Tuesday, and then going forward, it will be on a Thursday. So last week it was a Thursday, but going forward, tomorrow will be the show, and then from next week onwards, it will be every Thursday. But big up Hooks, man. Always love with Hooks. And if you guys haven't heard as well, breaking news. I don't usually like to break news on a Monday morning because I know it's not our biggest show, but Hooks is considering a move to Liverpool Football Club fan club. I repeat, Hooks is considering a move to Liverpool fan club. He's become disillusioned with life under Mikel Arteta. We've offered him a proposal, and we're just waiting for him to get back to us with his agent, and hopefully Hooks signs on the dotted line and we acquire one of the best fans about. Because let's be real, someone like Hooks shouldn't be supporting Arsenal. Someone like Hooks should be supporting Liverpool. So we want to bring him to our club so we can experience that happiness. Obviously, we'll probably have a parade in May. We want Hooks to be there for that parade. So we're trying to get the deal done ASAP. Captain Sound, not even a free. We're willing to put money on the table. This is a Marc Guehi situation, and we'll get into that in a minute. We don't want him to go on a free and other clubs to start swooping around. No. We want Hooks in the squad. We want him to play, and we want him at Liverpool Football Club. He's wasted at Arsenal. Hooks, along with the community, we welcome you with open arms, bro. We welcome you with open arms. And Hooks, on that note, if you want a Liverpool jersey, visit okjersey.com as well. Right, let's get into proceedings, guys, because I've waffled for the last few minutes. Marc Guehi, the Liverpool player that isn't a Liverpool player. He did media obligations. He did everything from his side regarding Crystal Palace. He was in the training gear. He recorded an interview. Everything was done until the 11th hour, and Crystal Palace pulled the plug on the deal as Glasner gave them an ultimatum saying, if you sell Guehi, you will lose me as well. Now, I know that many people might not agree with my opinion here, but I don't think Crystal Palace did the wrong thing from their standpoint in terms of if they lost Guehi and Glasner on the last day of the transfer window, they could be looking at a very different situation. That being said, they did do Marc Guehi wrong because they had him in a Liverpool gear and they had agreed everything and then pulled the plug, which is crazy and it's wrong. Now, Paul Joyce came out with a tweet yesterday, and I'll read said tweet because I don't know how to feel about it. So Paul Joyce came out saying Liverpool will not revisit their interest in Marc Guehi in January and would only now sign the Crystal Palace centre-back on a free next summer. Now, in terms of value for money, Guehi on a free, like, that's incredible business. And in any other circumstance, I'd be over the moon with that. However, the reason why, all right, firstly, let's break that down first and foremost. I trust Paul Joyce out of a lot more than I trust other journalists in the football space. Had the pleasure of meeting Paul Joyce, really cool guy as well. However, that's not to say he can get things wrong. It could be argued that he is a mouthpiece for Liverpool and he gets news out, or the news that the club wants to get out. Where I don't know if this is true or not, though, is because we heard this rhetoric with Virgil van Dijk back in 2017-18. We came out of a statement and said we're not going back in for Virgil van Dijk now. We know that's because we were tapping him up and we got caught and we had to do that and apologise, and then we ended up giving Southampton an extra £25 million almost as an apology payment. Big up Hooks, enough love, brother. Hope you're well. Hope you have a good day as well. And again, thanks for the raid, bro. So, as I was saying, we ended up getting Virgil van Dijk. So that statement was put out almost as we apologise, Southampton. Publicly, we're not going to go back for the player, but behind the scenes we did, and we repaired that relationship. But then you look at other players like a Fekir, for example, who we pulled the plug on and didn't go back in for. This, for me, is very dependent on what happens between now and January. And when I say that, it means the fitness of Konate, the fitness of Virgil van Dijk, the fitness of Joe Gomez, and the adaptability of Giovanni Leone. Now, in any other world, 4 centre-backs would be seen as sufficient amount to get you through the season. However, I will be consistent in my thoughts that it's not enough when 2 of the centre-backs are Joe Gomez and Konate, who have unfortunately had their issues with injuries, and another is an 18-year-old centre-back prospect who is very new to the country, well, is brand new to the country and has only played a handful of professional games in his whole career. I still think we should be moving for Marc Guehi in January. Now, the question becomes, have Liverpool put this statement out because they've maybe spoken to Crystal Palace and Crystal Palace have said, well, the valuation you were going to get it for in the summer was 35 and we're not going to drop below 25. For me, that wouldn't represent a fair deal. For me, you almost have to half what we were going to buy him for in the summer. So instead of it being 35, you're looking around the 17 million mark. Crystal Palace might not want to do that. I might want to say, well, look, 25 million. Plus, Crystal Palace might be in a position where they've gone further and qualified for the next rounds of the Europa Conference League, and they're thinking, well, maybe it might be better in the long run if we keep Guehi for the rest of the season. He helps us to potentially win that trophy. We have a European trophy. We have more prestige. We get into the Europa, and we're able to do more next summer. So it's all swings and roundabouts. Do I want to sign Marc Guehi in January? Yes. Do I think we will? I'm 50-50 on it. Do I think he's the only centre-back we should be looking at? No. And I say that because we'll speak about another centre-back but in Konate, but we also don't know the situation of Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez is going into the last year of his contract. Is in the last year of his contract. So we're all sitting there speaking about Ibu. If I'm not mistaken, Gomez is going into the last year of his deal. Gomez might be going on a free potentially. And if that's the case and him and Ibu leave, you'd need 2 or 3 centre-backs. So it's very difficult to comprehend what's going to happen now. And it's all swings and roundabouts. I want Guehi to sign for Liverpool in January. Do I think it happens? I don't know. Oh, when did he sign a 2-year deal? This is terrible. It's making me look bad. Okay, so, all right. Scrap what I just said. Gomez isn't in the last year of his deal. However, there were rumblings in the summer that he was going to leave. And if he doesn't get the game time he wants, he may leave next summer. Now, on to another centre-back. And that is Ibrahima Konate. And I'll read a quote from Konate. And this is as he was being interviewed while he's away with the French national team at the moment. And the quote reads, Mbappe pressuring me to join Real Madrid. He calls me every 2 hours. And he says this while laughing. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not a fan of that statement. From what we've been told, Konate has been given a contract offer. From what I'm told, the contract offer is good. Does it meet his requirements? I don't know. I can't speculate on that. I can't share any information on that because I don't know. But one thing I don't want to see is you openly flirting with another club. You openly speaking about a player pressuring you to join, because that doesn't look good. And especially how you started the season as well, that doesn't look great. It looks as though, and I'm not accusing him of this. I mean, in fact, I've actually defended him on this, and I got a lot of backlash for defending Trent on this when this was happening. I don't think Ibu's head has been turned, and that's why the first performance wasn't great, or his performance against Bournemouth wasn't great, or the one against Newcastle wasn't fantastic either. I just think he was having 2 bad games. And the reason I say that is because if you're going to label him with that, then you've got to go the other way and say his performance against Arsenal was magnificent. Him and Virgil were colossus at the back. So I don't think I sit here and I'll go, Ibu's been playing bad or been playing below his level because he's once Real Madrid. I just think he's had a bad start to the season, or had a bad 2 games to the start of the season, and then redeemed himself in the Arsenal game. However, when you come out with stuff like this, given the fact you haven't been in the greatest form, given the fact that we saw what happened with Trent, and given the fact that you haven't signed a new deal, it is going to make the fan base look at you sideways. It is going to make the fan base look at you and go, why are you doing this? Now, where this becomes more complicated, in my opinion, is Real Madrid are known for getting players like this. Plus, as he said, they've got Mbappe, and I believe him and Mbappe are quite close. However, he has spoken about Liverpool and expressed his love for Liverpool. And I'm not going to sit here and just go, well, if you love Liverpool, you better sign a new deal. Because no, this is a job at the end of the day. You might love the club, but this is still a job. This is still your livelihood. And we can all sit here as normal civilians and go, well, 200k a week's more than enough for anyone. Yeah, it is. But he also has to look at the market as well. And if we, as Liverpool fans, which we did a lot last season, say that he's a top 5 centre-back in the world, then he should be compensated like. So that becomes a different argument in itself. Now, he will get that compensation at Real Madrid because he would be signed as a free agent. But where does that leave Liverpool? Because this summer's put down a marker for me and said that we are no longer a small club or small mentality-minded club, which I think you could accuse Liverpool of being like that over the past decade, maybe. We have put our chest out and we said we want to win everything effectively with the window we've just had. Plus, it looks like we're going to spend like this in the future. Maybe not as much as we've just spent, but we're still going to go for it in the future and try and build a bit of a dynasty and strike while the iron's hot. If you lose a player like Konate at this stage when you're building, it's not catastrophic, but it's extremely frustrating because I'll be honest with you guys. I know a lot of people say, oh, you know, Guehi's better than Konate, or Guehi will fill Konate's boots easily. I disagree with that. I think Guehi is very, very good. I've made no secret I'd love Guehi to sign for Liverpool. But I can't sit here and lie to you and tell you my truth that I believe that Guehi is better than Konate, because I don't. Could he become better than Konate? Yes, he could. But do I think he's better than Konate right now? No, I don't. So if you're losing Konate and bringing in Guehi, effectively you're weakening the squad. You're weakening our defence. The question then becomes, what happens with Joe Gomez? And do we still go for another centre-back as well? And if we were to go for a centre-back, who do we go and get that is as good or better than Konate? Is that player even out there? Is that player affordable? Is that player attainable? So it does leave us in a precarious position almost, especially considering we sorted out the fullback situation with Frimpong and Kirkes. We still have Bradley and Robbo. I presume Robbo will move on at the end of the season, and then we'll either promote Owen Beck to Kirkes' backup, or we'll go and buy someone else. Quick D saying Murillo from Forest. I personally don't even think Murillo is Nottingham Forest's best centre-back. I think Milenkovic is actually better than Murillo. Murillo is more of a ball-playing centre-back, but I think Milenkovic is actually the better centre-back out of the two. Bastoni, again, I've made no secret about how much I admire Bastoni as a footballer, but I don't see him leaving Italy. I just don't see it happening at all. I rate him so highly. If I could snap my finger and sign any centre back, it would be him. Schlotterbeck, someone I rate really highly again. But once again, he's coming off the back of an injury. How is he going to come back from that injury? And again, I'm not going to shut that down because Virgil had an injury, came back from injury, then we still signed him in the January. Me personally, if we are going to lose apologies, guys. If we are going to sign if we are going to lose Konate, then you've got to go get 2 centre backs, in my humble opinion. And if it's Guehi and Schlotterbeck, then yeah, I'm happy with that. But I still think neither of them are as good as Konate right now. However, 2 will be better than just him by himself. So let me know, guys, your thoughts. 2 questions. Will we sign Guehi in January? Yes or no? And do you think Konate will leave Liverpool? Yes or no? Sounds of 75. Cal, bro, build a PC. I am actually working on that at the moment. I am trying to do research and try and make that work. So if anyone can advise me on what components to get, because I want to build a PC which allows me to do gaming and that sort of stuff as well. So if anyone can offer any advice whatsoever, I'd be over the moon and greatly appreciative. So do let me know. Shout out to Sadiq, who says they want him for free. Chuck. If we paid money Palace would have wanted, he would be here. Should have done it time ago. I echo this. I do echo that, Sadiq. I do echo that. However, I still don't know, because I think we played it really well. But remember, I did maintain throughout the summer I didn't think we'd get Guehi, because I did think Crystal Palace would do something like this, especially with losing Eze and the fact they weren't very busy themselves in the window. It's a tricky one. In terms of you guys asking what my budget is, I don't know. The reason I say I don't know because I don't know how much the going rate is. I've done a few like test builds online and stuff, and I've seen it's around. Is it like maybe around the 2K mark? I wouldn't pay for that outright. I'd probably do it on a monthly deal. But I just need something that's obviously works now, but future-proofs me for at least the next 5 to 7 years in an ideal world. Because I'm FSG Cal, Fenway Sanderson Group. Like, I'm not looking to be replenishing a computer every couple of years. I have had this one that I'm using, which keeps on bugging out. When did I get this? I got this in 2021. So I've had it for 4 years now. So, I mean, in an ideal world, I wouldn't want to be, replenishing it. Sound of 75 says 1K, 1.5 will be a fair budget. Do you know what, guys? I get back to my DMs quite late sometimes, but if you can DM me with any suggestions, any advice as to what components to use, whether I go for Intel, whether I go for Ryzen, just in general, please do, guys. Jump in my DM. Ideally on Twitter. Be easier for me to get back to people on Twitter at the moment. But if you could do that and just offer a little bit of advice, like, I'd be greatly appreciative of that, please, people. So let me know your thoughts. And right, final topic before I let you guys go. Arne Slot, according to Indy, who, let's be real, is the biggest winner of the summer, says that Liverpool are opening talks with Arne Slot's agent to extend a contract for the Dutch manager. Sources say Arne Slot is thrilled about the offer and is keen to stay with the club, and that is obviously fantastic news for us. Bayern Munich are believed to be long-term admirers of Arne Slot's brilliant work at Liverpool, so this is a big blow for the German club, who keep on taking L's from Liverpool, it seems. Speaking of Bayern Munich, briefly, Cody Gakpo came out speaking, saying that Bayern Munich did come in for him. He he didn't say that he was against the move, but he did say he was happy in Liverpool. And he also said they chose Luis Diaz instead of him as well. And I'm good with that. I'm happy Cody Gakpo stayed at the club. And you see how important he is and how well he done for Holland. Got an assist last night as well. But guys, I'll be honest with you. I'd be over the moon if Arne Slot gets a new deal. I know there are some people in the fan base who are frustrated with his tactics. I get frustrated with his tactics sometimes. I also used to get frustrated with Klopp's tactics, and Klopp's my favourite manager of all time. No manager's perfect. However, we've got a very, very good manager at the helm here. Top class manager. He's shown it time and time again. And not just on the pitch as well, where he's delivered a Premier League. Think about what he's had to deal with since he's been at the club. He had to deal with the Virgil van Dijk contract saga, the Mo Salah contract saga, the Trent contract saga, and then obviously had to deal with the unfortunate passing of Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva. And for me, he's dealt with all of those as best as you can hope. I like the way he conducts himself in press conferences. I like the way he conducts himself in interviews. From what I see from the outside looking in, I like the way he conducts himself around the players and the team. For me, we could do a lot worse right now than Arne Slot. In fact, we're very lucky to have the Dutchman at our football club. So if that is the case, let us sign him up to a new contract. Oh, shout out to Liam. The incident at the parade, how can I forget we were there? The incident at the parade as well. How we're like he just embodies what Liverpool, in the same way Klopp embodied Liverpool, Slot embodies Liverpool as well. They do it in completely different ways. Klopp's a bit more loud, a bit more boisterous, but they both capture that spirit of Liverpool Football Club, capture the spirit of the city. And look, we all were nervous when Klopp was leaving, thinking who we're going to get. And I know when Arne Slot's name was pulled out of the hat, a lot of people doubted it. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But the guy is class personified, and look, get him signed up, get him tied down to a longer term deal at Liverpool Football Club, and let's continue this success. People, I am gonna sign off here. Once again, I will reiterate, we'll be back later on tonight around 9:30 for the Monday night live show. So make sure you join us there. I'll be over on Don Hassam's channel at 12 p.m. UK time alongside Tom Little as well for Hassam X, Tom X and Kopish. And also, people, make sure you smash that like button. But before I go, finally, shout out to our sponsor, okjersey.com. The best football shirts for £15. That's right, the best football shirts for £15 whether you support Liverpool, another club, boo, or an international team. Go and get your football shirts over there right now. And if anyone else can suggest any other sponsors that want to get on board with Team Kopish as well, do DM us, email us, or DM us, one of us personally. People, it's always a pleasure speaking to you guys on a Monday. I very, very much look forward to this show. I enjoy this show. Love chopping up with the community. Have a fantastic rest of the day, guys. Until we speak to you later. Stay safe, stay blessed. Kopish, we're out, people. Take care.